Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, helping you get through your dreaded Tuesday is your boy here, Big Game Bob on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Welcome aboard, the only place you need to be. Sit back, relax, enjoy the program, enjoy the episode. We got a heater for you folks today. Let's get rocking and rolling. Before we do so, always got to remind you that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by our good friends at Rowback. Golf fans, I know you're out there. Whether you're playing 18, whether you're going to watch 18, do it the right way. Golf apparel done right, the only way. With the boys and girls at Rowback, they do hats, they do sweatshirts, they do polos. You hear me talk about them all the time. I swear by these guys. I swear by this golf apparel. Get 15% off your first Rowback purchase, smashing the link in my bio on Instagram. That's Brilliantly Dumb right there. We'll put the promo code for the YouTube watchers right under there. Smash that link, join the family, join the movement. That is Rowback, golf's finest golf apparel. Not sure if that's their slogan. It is now. Rowback. Do it right, ladies and gentlemen. We got a new segment that we're going to be introducing to the show. A lot of people love the top fives. We've been doing a lot of the top fives. We have the Ask Bob segment. We have our Prize Pick Sports segment, which, by the way, who is hotter right now than Mikey Vilani? For anybody that's been following along on this guy's picks for the show for the past 2 weeks, he comes on the Patreon and does the picks. He's an insider, and he has been putting money in the Brilliantly Dumb Faithful's picks. Mikey Vilani will be joining the show today. But we're rolling out a new segment, and I like this because there's so much that goes on between the weekend. You got your heroes of the weekend. You got your foes of the weekend. You have football Sunday. Then we come to you on Tuesday. We're going to do a buy and sell segment, okay? Whether it's a person, whether it's food, whether it's a restaurant, company, whatever it is, I'm going to tell you who to buy stock in and who to sell stock in, heroes and foes of the week. And I want to get right into that. It's going to be the first one we do. Feel free to submit. If there's something that you want me to touch on, whether I say buy or sell in somebody, file on into the voicemail, the same voicemail that we do for the Ask Bob segment. But let's give this a run. Let's give this a go. It's going to be our buy and sell segment. I'm going to rattle off 5 things that I would advise to buy or sell your stock in right out of the gate. The first thing, if you watched any short of TV this weekend, they promoted the living hell out of it. Taco Bell coming out with the chicken taco. For the Taco Bell chicken taco, you've probably seen it on the commercials by now. My advice is to buy the stock on the Taco Bell chicken taco. Is it a little out of Taco Bell's comfort zone? Yes, but I've noticed when Taco Bell goes outside of their comfort zone, they thrive. They did it with the French fries. They came out with the nacho fries. Absolute home run. It's a high risk, high reward item that you're going to get with the Taco Bell chicken taco. But Taco Bell's never steered us wrong. Who would we be to ever sell the Taco Bell stock, especially when they're coming out with a new item? I think this taco could be a home run. People are in this phase of the chicken sandwich, and everybody wants to get fried chicken incorporated into their menu. Taco Bell found a way with the taco. We trust Taco Bell. Taco Bell is like our Tom Brady. Tom Brady could go out to the field and make any type of audible he wants. He could totally call his own play. You trust him. He never steers you wrong. That's Taco Bell. Somebody like KFC, however, who tried to do the donut chicken sandwich, fried chicken, and then a thing of donut on each side, they're like the Teddy Bridgewater. We don't trust Teddy Bridgewater to call his own plays. We're not there yet. We were never there with KFC. The donut chicken sandwich was a total flop. The Taco Bell chicken taco could be a home run. I say buy stock in that chicken taco. And number 4, we're just going to rattle these things off, 5 different things per segment. I say sell your stock in Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka had the golf world and golf fans by the balls. He had the big Bryson versus Brooks fiasco. Everybody was taking Team Brooks. Bryson kept digging deeper and deeper and deeper. He would say stupid things, do obnoxious things. everybody was Team Koepka until last week. Brooks Koepka Ryder Cup coming up. It's the only team event in golf, USA versus Europe. All of golf gets into it. Koepka wanted no part of it, even though he's playing for Team USA. Koepka said, and I quote, "It's tough. There are times where I'm like, I won my match. I did my job. What do you want from me? I know how to take responsibility for the shots I hit every week. Now somebody else hit a bad shot left and put me in a bad spot, and I know this hole is a loss. That's new. And you have to change the way you think about things. You go from an individual sport all the time to a team sport 1 week a year. It's so far from my normal routine. Maybe so. Brooks, maybe so, but you said it best. It's 1 week out of the year. The fans love it. The PGA loves it. We get involved into it. Have some fun out there. You're representing Team USA, and a lot of people now are calling for Koepka to not be a part of the Ryder Cup that's coming this week that I'll be going to, that we'll be filming from. This is Team USA, baby. You're playing for your country. So maybe it's not ideal. Cannot come out with those comments. Very disappointing. And again, Brooks had the golf world by the balls. And then he says this. People are very upset. Understandably so. I'm a little upset. Sell your stock in Brooks Koepka. And then that brings us to our next topic. Eli and Peyton Manning. Buy stock in Eli and Peyton. They debuted on week 1, Monday Night Football, ESPN. ESPN is always trying to come up with different segments and changing this, changing that, bringing this guy in, bringing that girl out, whatever it may be. They debuted Eli and Peyton Manning for Monday Night Football. They had their own segment. I thought it was spectacular. I thought it totally plays. Eli's just a dork, and it's funny. Peyton's just naturally funny. I think it works. I think it brings another dimension to listening to the game. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Every Monday Night Football, you're going to be getting Eli and Peyton. I think it totally plays. I say buy the stock in Eli and Peyton Manning. This new segment on Monday Night Football, I think, is incredible. Number 2, buy your stock in Mike Vilani. That's bear down, cuz look, let's call a spade a spade. It is not an easy thing to do to come in and replace a guy like Jersey Jerry. You can't replace a Gary Bertier like they said in Remember the Titans. You certainly cannot replace a Jersey Jerry. But what Mikey Vilani has done, bear down, cuz he's come on to these prize picks every single week on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. He's been coming on to the Patreon. He gives his picks. He's an insider. He is scorching hot. For those of you listening right now, if you followed on to the prize picks from the time Mikey V came on, he has hit and hit and hit. And these are parlays that he's hitting. These aren't just single games. He is hitting parlays. He's putting money in my pocket. He's putting money in your pocket. He's making you smile while he does so. Can't replace a Jerry Don. But what Mike Vilani, bear down cuz, has done is nothing short of spectacular. He is winning parlay after parlay. Does he have some losses in the parlay department? Of course you're going to. If he hits 30%, we're walking away with a lot of cash with the way they pay out the odds. Mike Vilani is way beyond 30% right now. Buy your stock in Mikey Vilani. He's going to be joining us for the prize pick segment right after our buy and sell segment that we have going on right now. And then next, Scott Hansen. Buy stock in Scott Hansen. Buy a whole lot of it. I think Scott Hansen is a fucking gold mine. I really do. For those of you who don't know, he's the host of NFL Red Zone. Scott Hansen has enhanced football Sundays. Football Sundays that were already so great, Scott Hansen has made it that much better. His hosting job that he does on Red Zone, taking you from game to game at the specific times that he does, is nothing short of remarkable. I would invest in the living shit out of the Scott Hansen Corporation. This guy's spectacular. And I'll go on the record to even say I'd like more of Scott Hansen. I don't want him just on Sundays. I want him all over the board like he's fucking Michael Strahan. I want to get my weather report from Scott Hansen. I want to see Scott Hansen on Good Morning America. I think Scott Hansen should be hosting the ESPYs. Scott Hansen does a remarkable job. He doesn't drop the ball. He never misses. He takes you from game to game exactly when you need to have it. And he watches it and talks about it like he's a fan, which he is. You feel like Scott Hansen's on the fucking couch right there with you. Last week, he finally made the first mistake I've ever seen him make. He went to the Seattle versus Titans game so we could watch a field goal rather than going to the Cowboys game who were in the red zone. Hansen totally took it on the chin. He said, folks, I apologize. Right now we're in the Seattle game. I should have taken you over to the Cowboys game. Dak Prescott's in the red zone. Here's what's happening right now in LA when they were playing the Chargers. Totally owned up to it. Took it on the chin. Scott Hansen is an absolute beauty, and he's here to stay. I want to see this guy over. Buy the stock in Scott Hansen. This guy is tremendous. So to recap, we're buying stock in the Taco Bell chicken taco. We're selling our Brooks Koepka stock. We're buying the Eli and Peyton Manning segment. Buy that stock. We're going to buy stock in Mike Vilani, Bear Down Cuz, who's joining us in just a moment. And we buy stock in Scott Hansen. Heroes and foes of the weekend. The only stock market you'll ever need is right here on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Folks, we now head over to our prize picks segment. It's time to win some more money. And just the guy to do that is our guy, Mikey Vilani. These are going to be the picks for Thursday night football's game. Hope you're listening on Tuesday. We got some winners coming your ways for Thursday. Mikey Vilani, tap in, please. Mikey Vilani. Mikey V. Mikey Vilani. Da 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 da. Mikey Vilani, ladies and gentlemen. How about the showing? You know, you talk about a guy. Mikey V said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this thing by the balls. I'm going to take this NFL season, and I'm just going to grab it by the testicles. And I got news for you, Mikey Vilani. That's exactly what you did. The NFL scrotum is in your hands. You have been absolutely unbelievable. We just talked about you prior to the show. Say hello to the folks. What's the matter with you?
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Another week in the books, another prize pick, parlay, power play, whatever you want to call it, in the books, another winner. That's what we're trying to do. I said consistency, Bob. I told him consistency. If you don't want me week 1, you don't deserve me week 12. Right, Bob?
And you got to feel now, okay? Because of course you got your first parlay wrong right away. Mikey V hears it. You got to feel now the weight of the world off of your shoulders. You got to feel like, hey, you know what? I can hang with the big dogs. I'm here to stay. You've now made your mark. Now you could really start, I think, swinging freely, Mikey V.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, first week of the NFL is notoriously one of the toughest. The first couple weeks in the NFL really are some of the toughest to gauge because you really don't have anything on film yet. You don't have anything on tape. You don't know what these guys are doing yet. You don't know what teams are going to look like yet. You don't know who's going to be the go-to guys when it comes to the quarterback's favorite target, when it comes to, if there's any kind of a running back share, who's going to get the most totes. Like, you just don't know yet. You don't know what these teams are going to look like, no matter what the preseason says, the free agency acquisitions, the draft acquisitions. You don't know what it's going to look like until they actually go out in real-time games and they put some type of film on tape. You know what I mean? So now 3 weeks, the cream is going to start to rise to the top. The people who know what they're doing in this business will be more and more consistent as the season rolls along. And even now it's waters you got to tread lightly in the beginning, bro. It really is. But I think now we got the ball rolling. I think the ball is rolling, and we're going to continue to roll that ball.
Talk about the cream of the crop. Okay. I'm a big trend guy, Mikey V. You know that. Okay. Any trend, I like a trend. I like to follow along. I don't know if you've noticed, but every pick that you've given on a day that you ride the Peloton has hit. All 3 to 4 year parlays that hit are days that you ride the Peloton. You didn't know it. I do, Mikey V, because I look out for these things. I pay close attention to these things. Mike Vilani, stat-wise, on the Peloton leaderboard, we got him at 322nd place out of 29,480 people. He took the Dennis Morton 45-minute cycle ride today. He got 1,100 calories burned, average speed 23.6. That's up to par for Mikey V. 17 miles. It's a good sweat. You could see the Peloton leaderboard there. You got to feel good about the pick that we're going to have coming in tonight. And I want a couple things I want to touch on before, but when Bear Down is on that Peloton, it's a man that sees the field very, very well. Did you or did you not get a banger of a ride in today, Mikey?
Today's ride was great. It was
Great
very
ride.
necessary. It was a very necessary ride. If you saw the type of food I consumed yesterday for NFL Sunday, actually now it'll be 2 days ago for NFL Sunday. If you saw the type of food, I mean, cheeses, pasta. I mean, on NFL Sunday, Bob, I'm going all in. I'm not holding back. So that Monday ride is a bounce back
big ride.
That's a big ride. It's a bounce back ride. I need to get rid of at least 1,000 calories on Monday. At least I got to dump it out. That's what I did. And I got to tell you, the better you feel, the more the brain is firing and things are they're just going very, very fast, very furious. And we're just trying to laser focus energy on cracking every single player prop we could crack. Every single one I could crack, I'm going to try and crack.
You know, I really feel like we found our cadence for the app. Okay. And by the app, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Prize Picks, our very good sponsor, our dear friends at Prize Picks. Get on board with us. This is a roller coaster. You're going to have the ups. You're going to have the downs. This is what it's all about. It's for the love of the game. It's for the love of the rush. It's for the love of the ride. That's what it's been. But what I told you with Mikey V has been true. You want to win money. It's exactly what the man's going to do. And you can join us. What's that promo code, Mikey V?
Bobby Props. Bobby Props. That's BOBBYPROPS. Bobby Props.
Okay. Sign aboard. They're going to match your first $100. Anybody that enters with that promo code has a chance for all-inclusive golf round with me and Joey Cold Cuts. They may want it more with Mikey V at this point with how hot this man is. Speaking of Joey Cold Cuts, something that I do want to discuss before we do get into the picks. Week 2. It was big last week. We talked about it. We made the move. We broke tradition, which is at Joey Cold Cuts' house for football Sunday. Could not do the sauna anymore. We went to my house. I thought, Mikey V, it was great. I thought it was great.
Well, Bob, we would be remiss to not discuss the potential pothole that plan experienced very early in the morning of Sunday, correct? It's
going to be, yeah, for sure. And I know I want to give him a call, and I know he will go to that. I know he will go to that.
Oh, he's going to go.
I didn't have NFL Red Zone downloaded on the, I wasn't subscribed to the NFL Red Zone. My plan, Cold Cuts already has the package, was to get it through the app. So when we were at Factors Deli, where we go every Sunday, which, by the way, Factors Deli is on the hot seat as well for our Sunday viewing experience. That's going to be brought up as well. I didn't have it. So when we were at Factors, I said, you know what? If I do it on the app, it's going to be delayed. It's a delayed result. And then if you have all your fantasy going on, you know a touchdown's coming before you see it. I couldn't have that. But the bottom line is I will defend myself there because as far as I'm concerned, before kickoff, NFL Red Zone was done. It was there. It was locked and loaded. Cold Cuts can't complain. We got the new leather couch. We ordered 2 big pizza pies. He seemed very happy. He had a big, ridiculous, puffy jacket on, which was ridiculous. It was not that cold. It was a perfect temperature. It was a perfect 68, 70.
To wear a jacket like that, it has to be minimally to wear a jacket like that. To have the gall to go into the closet to seek a jacket like that out, it's got to be at minimum about 40s, in the 40s, I would say, for me to put that jacket on. That's a parka. I mean, he looked like he was in Antarctica.
Benny, the Jack, or producer here, Jack, could do me a favor. Could you put up for the people watching on YouTube, put the jacket that Joey Coldcuts was sitting on my couch with. Mind you, Mikey V, it is nothing under 68 degrees. And people from Canada, where he's from, were DMing him, just burying him. It's ridiculous. And he was on alert. He was looking for anything to go wrong at my house so we could get Football Sunday back. He was on the prowl. Anything. He was saying, oh, what's with this? Do you have waters? Do you have drink? Constant. We're going to call Coldcuts. And I think, Mikey V, I mean, you've heard both cases by now. I think we're all in agreement that it has to take place. This has to take place at my house. I can't do the sauna. If you want to talk, middle of the fall when we get deeper into it to go back to cold cuts, I'm open for that. But there's no reason we shouldn't be watching the games from my place.
Yeah, I think the red zone issue being resolved, I mean, that's a big component to it. Now, I would say, what's the reason to go back to cold cuts? I don't know what the tradition, I get it, but you boys built yourself a nice little tradition this past weekend. You got hot at the end of the night, real hot, scorching earth hot. And you know what? That's something you don't want to mess with, in my opinion.
No, it's definitely not. And I appreciate the support. We're going to give Joey Coldcuts a call. He's probably gearing up for the Packer game. We're recording here Monday night. So it's a big night for Joey Coldcuts. Last year for Aaron Rodgers. I hope he answers.
Hey, dog.
Cutsy?
Hey, dude, I'm watching the pregame of the Packers game. I'll call you back.
Whoa. Stay with us, Joe.
Dude, the game's about to start.
Okay, stay with me for a second.
Big night for Green Bay tonight. We got to win this one.
Okay, stay with me. Would you do me a favor? Would you just stay with me here for a second?
What's up, dude?
I was talking to Mikey V. Okay. I thought Sunday went great. I really did. I thought the conditions were great. Screen was good. Red zone was rocking. We had the putting green.
Only red zone because I told you had to get it.
Was
before, like minutes before the week, you weren't prepared.
Let me ask you, Joe. Was red zone there by the time Scott Hansen came on for kickoff?
Yeah, but can I ask you, if I hadn't told you at Factors, would you have had it?
I think that's erroneous. I think that's absolutely erroneous.
You got to take that into account. I could have not been a team player and not told you till the very last second.
But it was there, Joseph, and we'll never have to worry about that another week. So I think that argument is flawed. What I wanted to let you know, both me and Mikey V discussed, and we do think it's better moving forward to take this NFL season, break tradition, and do it at my place.
No, dude, that is horrific. That is just absolute. Listen, I don't mind a one-off, but you were missing a lot of things. You ran out of waters.
Wow.
The only beers you had were the ones that were your own beers, brilliantly dumb ones, and they were old. They're almost expired.
Oh, my goodness. Bob, you are getting exposed right now.
I'll give you that. That was a great play.
Cold Cuts, you're live here on the Brilliant Dumb Show. Keep going.
Jesus, dude. I told you the Packers game is starting here, Bob. By the way, we have a big parlay on this game. Are you even aware?
I am, Joe. I am. But this needs to be to say, yeah, I know it was my own beers, and they were not expired beers. That's ridiculous.
They were old beers.
They were not old beers.
It wasn't even enough that I had to switch halfway through to some product that was.
It was a tequila soda spritzer.
Yeah, they were not good, Bob.
It was a tequila.
It was definitely no 1942, which I don't expect.
No, but I was very clear we weren't going to have the 1942. Moving forward, Joe, I do think it's best we take it back to my place. I do.
It was real, dude. And by the way, you had it so fucking cold in there, dude. I could barely feel my extremities. It was ridiculous.
Joe, it was 68 degrees at its absolute lowest.
I think it was a lot colder than that.
And let me tell you something. Would you rather take 68 or would you rather take 85?
Well, my place is not 85. Bear in mind, it is not 85.
If it's not 85, it's 86.
I think that's a gross over exaggeration. If we're going to be honest with each other here, Bob, especially on the show. But which, by the way, this is the second week in a row you call me on the show, and you don't even give me the presence of mind to give me a heads up.
I apologize. Well, that's why I wanted to keep. That's why I wanted to keep you on the line. Another thing that I think is being jeopardized that we want to talk about. I don't mind talking about it on air. Factors Deli now opening up at 8:30 in the morning. Mind you, West Coast games start at 10. Factors Deli now opening up at 8:30 at breakfast rather than 7:30, which doesn't give us a big cushion to gear up for games by the time we get home, to where there's no bigger supporter Factors than me, but we might have to find a bagel shop or something different.
Well, there's Earth Cafe. They open early.
I can't stand Earth Cafe. It's trendy. The food's not that good.
It's a good scene, Bob.
It's a good scene. We're not looking for a scene before football Sunday, Joe.
And they have a pretty good parfait. If I'm being honest, their parfait is pretty good.
Cuz we're not waking up the Sunday morning with the parfait. Do you hear that, Mikey V? Do you wake up Sunday morning and think about a parfait before you watch?
I'm saying, you gotta give them some credit, but they're one of the only places. Walters is open. I think they open at 8:30.
Joey Parfaits. They go.
I mean, it's ridiculous to think that I'm going to wake up and be excited for a parfait.
Now, you know what I would do?
Go ahead.
If I'm being honest, it's a 24-hour, the original pantry diner in LA. It's the oldest diner in all of LA. It's open 24 hours, Bob. You can go there any time of the day. It's downtown.
I'll be there 6 in the morning.
6.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you're on board with that, with the possible breakfast change, because the 8:30 does not give us enough time to be back for football.
And those home fries were a little raw, weren't they, Bob?
Cutsy,
by the way, we almost got killed yesterday with our bet.
I don't know if you heard Mikey V. The home fries that they gave for Factors, very unlike them. They were. I mean, we love them well done. It was so far from well done.
It was not. It was barely seared.
I know. Yeah, I totally agree. And yes, Mikey bear to build. That's the thing with Mikey V. Mikey V's bailing us out with regular games too, not just prize picks. But we're gonna get back to Mikey V. We'll see you at my house for week 3. Cutsy.
We'll discuss that. That has not been confirmed. And Mikey V, as much as I love him, he doesn't get to make that decision if we're moving the venue.
That's totally fair. You're 100% right, Cuts. I don't get to make that decision.
But Joe, he's.
I was given the facts of the case.
Yeah, that's what he was, and he made.
I was given the facts of the case. Now, Cutsy, to your defense. Yeah, he did not. He did not tell me that. He did not tell me about the beer. He didn't tell me about the expired, brilliantly dumb beer, which good marketing by Bob, maybe not the best hosting by Bob. Were the seltzer tequila spritzers, mamitas, at least, Cutsy?
Them at a golf thing. They gave him a case. He probably threw it in the fridge.
It was a freebie?
Say that again, Joseph.
You were sponsored by. You had some sponsorship from the golf tournament. You went. They gave him.
They sent me a case. What do you want? What am I going to not use it? They said,
Bob, you're the best.
You went out of your way to stock your fridge up with tequila soda.
Why do I have to go out of my way if they sent me a case? I will say the water thing, I didn't think of. It did take place, and it's so unlike me. It was
terrible. Now, this aside, bear down, I'm an objective person. It was a great Sunday in the sense that we were down in the trenches.
Of course.
We were down in the dust. By the afternoon games, we had lost everything. We didn't take half of Bear Down's picks, and then we did, and we won it all back. So in that sense, it was phenomenal because it went right to the last second of the last game. But I'd like to think that if we had my tradition and my karma being at Cutsy's house, then that wouldn't have even been a factor.
Is that the way you're looking at it? So you think we would have had more money if we did it from your house?
I think we would have won a ton of money if we were at my house.
Jameis Winston completely has a different game. If
he was a different guy. He was a different guy week 2.
And I had him in everything this week, plus my fantasy. I tell you what, if that's the Winston we saw, there was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
We got him going. We got him riled up. We didn't want to do that before the Packer game. All right.
I gotta go.
All right. We're back. Jesus Christ. I will say he banged me about the waters, and he's right. That's a big time ding. That's a big time. It's so unlike me, Mikey V. If there's one thing I'm always stocked, it's water, and I drop the ball on the waters.
Now, are you're an individual, like normal size, the normal size Poland Spring bottles?
Got to be a bottle. The bottle.
Poland Spring, I didn't know if you were tall bottles, regular size, standard.
Yeah,
bottle.
I'm a Poland Spring guy, individual bottles.
Me too.
But they used to have the Poland Spring at Whole Foods where I could get it out west. I can't get the Poland Springs anymore. So I go to Trader Joe. Trader Joe's does a great spring water. Trader Joe's does a real.
Yeah, I've had Trader Joe's water. It's decent. I'm not going to say it's Poland Spring water, but
it's not Poland Spring, but I think
decent.
it's a good water.
It's a fine water. It's a fine water.
Well, Mikey, look, it's time to get down to business now. We got Cold Cuts all riled up.
Yep.
You're red hot. Come join us. Be on this mission, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Props. It's been a fucking blast. It's been a blast. They're a partner. I'm pushing them left and right because I'm having fun with it. I mean, it really has been fun. We're winning money. We're up big on the account right now. We want to talk Thursday games, Mikey V. I'm going to hang back. I'm hot, but I'm not Mikey V type hot right now. So I'm going to hang back unless you need some help here. If you want me to tap in, there was a few things I had my eyes on, but I think the play right now, let Mikey V ride. Bobby Props is your promo code. Let it rip, Mikey V. What are you looking at?
Okay. So, I mean, if you have something in mind, so obviously you've looked and you got something in mind. So if something I mention here tickles your fancy, you just buzz me. You just hit the buzzer. Okay. And that means that we're both on the same page and I'll roll like that. Number one, I hate this Thursday night matchup.
Brutal.
I absolutely despise it. It's one of those Thursday night games that's going to be, I don't know. I just think it's going to be an awful game. No Tyrod Taylor for the Texans, Carolina at the Texans. It's just got one of those nasty, ugly Thursday night games written all over it. No redeeming qualities whatsoever. Now, road teams traditionally on the short week struggle, but after Tyrod Taylor goes out, you got Davis Mills starting at quarterback for the Texans. That's worrisome. Carolina started the season, they barely squeaked by the Jets. They kind of let the Jets back in the football game, and then they absolutely annihilate the Saints yesterday. They hold Alvin Kamara to like 4 yards rushing on 8 carries. I mean, they just look good offensively and defensively yesterday. So here's the 3 things that I looked at. And Bob, I did say 3, not 2. I'm interested in a flex play on Thursday night. Wherein
get me going now, Mikey.
Wherein the flex play, we will get paid out for 2 of 3. We do not need to hit all 3. We have the option to flex it, and then if 2 hit out of the 3, we could still double our money. So I think that's the play Thursday because I don't like the game. Now,
it's our first time doing it.
DJ Moore. 5.5 receptions. DJ Moore is Sam Darnold's favorite target by a country mile through the first 2 games of the season. I believe he had 9 catches yesterday, and I think the week before he had 6 or 7. So he's been getting peppered with the targets, and the discrepancy between him and the next receiver with the most receptions is pretty wide. So 5.5 to me seems like a low number. So DJ Moore over 5.5 receptions is where I'd like to start. Mark Ingram, now we have to pick a Texan, right, Bob? Correct? Those are the rules. I have to pick a Texan. I don't want to pick a Texan. Correct. I don't like or love any of the Texans played, but I tell you what I would go with. Mark Ingram, 40.5 rushing yards under. Mark Ingram, 40.5 rushing yards
under. Wow.
He's got Phillip Lindsay in the backfield. He's got another good quality back in the backfield in David Johnson. So they have 3 guys there who could tote the rock. Ingram's carries against the Browns. He had 14 carries for under 40 yards against the Browns. His game against Jacksonville, the first week, he was low total, under 50 yards rushing in the first game against Jacksonville. I just don't see. Now, Carolina Panthers, on the other hand, allowing yards to rushers. I don't think they've allowed anyone over 50 yards rushing. Certainly this week, they allowed nothing to the Saints. The Saints did nothing on the ground against them, and that's Alvin Kamara going against them. Okay, one of the best running backs in the league. So I'm comfortable with the Mark Ingram under 40.5 yards. If you don't like it, Bob, swipe it out. But I think you're on board with DJ Moore. And then the last one that I got is Robbie Anderson over 40.5 receiving yards. Robbie Anderson can hit 48.5 receiving yards in one play. He's a big play threat. Now, he hasn't been getting peppered with targets, but I just have a feeling that he could crack that number with 2 catches. He could catch one bomb for 60 or 70 yards and crack it in one play. Other than that, I'm going to flip it over to you, Bob, but those are my 3 plays. Robbie Anderson over 48.5 receiving yards, DJ Moore over 5.5 receptions, Mark Ingram under 40.5 rushing.
Hey, Mikey V, who would I be to stop you there? I mean, who would I be to stop you there with the way that you're rolling? I was shocked to hear you go with the Mark Ingram under. However, nobody enjoys an under more than Bobby unders. I love it. I love having the clock on my side. I really do. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy it. With how hot you are, like I said, I'm going to take a step back here. We're going to go Robbie Anderson over 48.5. We are also going to go Mark Ingram under 40.5 and DJ Moore over 5.5. It's a flex play, so we just got to hit two of them. If we hit two, we did 150 to win 250, and then we did 150 to win 450 if they hit all three. Okay, so 2 hits, 3 hits the big one. Mikey V, there ain't nobody hotter than you right now. Let's stay hot. We love you. We appreciate you. Bobby Props is the promo code. Take care, pal.
Stay hot, cuz.
Folks, we interrupt the Brilliantly Dumb Show to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by our good friends at Bespoke. This fall, as you get back into the swing of things, Bespoke Post is here with a new seasonal lineup of must-have Box of Awesome collections. Bespoke Post partners with small businesses and emerging brands to bring you the most unique goods every month. It's a different box every month. Take a quiz so they have the best idea of what you're looking for: camping gear essentials, autumn craft beers, cozy threads, the whole 9 yards in the Box of Awesome. Spice things up, keep it original, get a different box each month. It's free to sign up and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. Each box costs $45, but has over $70 worth of gear inside. Plus, with each Box of Awesome, you're supporting small businesses. 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small up-and-coming brand. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter code DUMB, D-U-M-B, at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code DUMB for 20% off your first box. Spice it up a little, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by our sponsor, BetterHelp. Is something preventing you from achieving your goals? What interferes with your happiness? Check out betterhelp.com/BDS. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist at a much lower cost. Connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. I want you to live a happier, healthier life, ladies and gentlemen. And as a listener, I got news for you. You'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor. That's betterhelp.com/BDS. In case you didn't know, that stands for Brilliantly Dumb Show. Betterhelp.com/BDS. Get 10% off your first month. Be healthier, be happier with betterhelp.com, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, folks, there you have it. The picks are in. Get on board. Don't be left behind. He's hot as they come right now. Continue to ride the Mikey Vilani train. We got the picks in. We got the new buy or sell segment done. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. Certainly my favorite part of the show. It's the Ask Bob segment. Week by week, I tell you, folks, file on into the voicemail. 848-281-7906. That's 848-281-7906. Fire on into the voicemail, whether it's buy or sell topics or the Ask Bob segment. Doing so is Seth from Maine. Seth from Maine, let it fly.
Hey, Bob. This is Seth here from the great state of Maine. Hey, listen, it's fall here in New England. The people are inspired, and I'd like to ask you to inspire us with another one of your great top fives. Really enjoying that part of the show. I think it's just fantastic. Anyway, I need to hear from you, or I'd love to hear from you, top 5 on-course foods. Now, I want you to do us some good here and take it to a level of detail that the fans are really going to enjoy, and you're going to give us some things to think about. So, for example, it's easy to say hot dog, but I'd love to know, is it a steamed dog? Is it a grilled dog? Is it a dog off one of those rolly things? How are you treating the bun? Are you grilling that too? What are you putting on that thing? Just mustard, or are you going fully dressed? Do the salad sandwiches come into play? Egg salad, chicken salad, dare I say tuna salad? Is that on a bulky, or is it on some sliced wheat bread? Now, is it out of the question to have a bacon, egg, and cheese at the turn if you tee off after or before 8 a.m. rather? I feel like you got a lot to add here, given the fact that I saw you come out of the clubhouse armed for the back nine with a pulled pork sandwich and a Caesar salad a few weeks ago. Thanks, Bob. Love what you're doing. Keep it up. Thanks.
You know, I tell you, for the Ask Bob segment, we've been doing it for some time now. That was probably the crispest delivery I think we've had. I mean, Seth wanted answers, and Seth is going to get answers, and he made sure that he was going to get answers. That is Seth from New England. Phenomenal question. One that we get a lot. You know, the thing when it comes to the back nine being on the golf course, as much that I would love to say like a Caesar salad, which everybody knows I love Caesar salads, it's not a back nine clubhouse type snack. It's not a golf course snack. So I really got to do this based off of what's proper for the golf course, what's something that you actually see on the menu at the turn. So you really got to go with items. I'd love to do the Caesar salad. I'd love to do stuff that I bring. You can't do it. Just stuff that you're going to see at the turn. I'll go 5-1, 1 being the best. Number 5, and again, a really good question that really makes you think. Number 5, I'm going to go with the turkey sandwich. Now, a lot of the stuff at the turn, it's got to be for when it's on the fly mostly. You want to get something that's on the fly, that's quick, doesn't back up anybody in behind you. Your group keeps moving along. You don't want to get antsy at the turn. The turkey sandwich has been there for a long time. It's been the old reliable. It's there. It always will be. It hits the spot. It's hard to fuck up. The turkey sandwich for me is something that I know I can rely on and is going to get me by. So I think in the 5 hole, I am going to go with the turkey sandwich. It's something that you can get pretty quick. They usually are ready to just fire those things out at the turn so you can keep it moving. I got the turkey sandwich at 5. Number 4 is not going to be a meal. It's a very common thing at the turn. It's a great play at the turn, is the mixed nuts. Go ahead and lock me in for the mixed nuts for 4. I prefer more cashews than anything. But the mixed nuts are on the fly. You're already at hole 9. You do the mixed nuts. It's just something to kind of ease the stomach a little bit, allows you, just totally opens up the floodgates to get the beers going. You got that salt from the mixed nuts. You hammer down on the beers. And then if you do the mixed nuts, the beauty of the mixed nuts is you're still hungry come the 19th hole. And we all know the fun starts at the 19th hole at the clubhouse. It does that for you. Mixed nuts at 4. Number 3, I'm going to go hamburger, something not really on the fly that you could take. You're going to have to order that hamburger about a hole before, maybe even 2 holes before. So it's waiting for you there at the turn. But the hamburger, I mean, you talk about the old reliable. It's hard to fuck up. It's a beautiful, beautiful food item. I mean, it always has been. And it's just great. If you're pounding drinks with the boys, if it's really getting sloppy, the hamburger, the grease kind of soaks everything right up, keeps you moving. I got the hamburger at 3. It's a staple of the turn. Number 2, we're going with more of a snack, something that doesn't get enough credit on the golf course. It's very common with the golf course, is a thing of good old beef jerky. I mean, who doesn't like beef jerky on the golf course? I think the only time that I do eat beef jerky is on the golf course. It's a great golf course snack. You could take it on the go. You could take it on the fly. And again, the same thing with the mixed nuts. It has it by the time the round's over, you're still willing to go to that 19th hole, go out to dinner with the boys. I mean, you're still hungry. Beef jerky gets the job done. And there's something about beef jerky on the golf course that really just hits different. I prefer beef jerky at the golf course than just getting it from the gas station and eating at my car. I love snacking on beef jerky at the golf course. It's a staple of the turn as well. And then I'm going to go with number 1 because it is so iconic, because it's such a staple of golf. It's got the name with golf. I mean, it's just been there for the longest time. I think it's the obvious answer is the hot dog. Now, I'm not a big hot dog guy myself, but let's call a spade a spade. When you think about the clubhouse turn, when you think about the 10th hole going on to the back 9, you are thinking about the hot dog. And my, oh my, If you are lucky enough to go to that turn, have the open fire grill right there, chef grilling. Usually that means you're on a very nice golf course. Not going to get that all the time. Love a good open fire. Love a good hot dog. And, you know, I love with the hot dogs is when they split it down the middle, when they actually split the Frank down the middle, put it on the grill right there, char that sucker up, get me a nice bun, split that sucker down the middle. I used to be a ketchup guy. I'm transferring more into a mustard guy in regards to my hot dogs. Not sure when that change really took place, but put some mustard on there. If you want to put some relish on there, you want to put some sauerkraut on there, no issue with that either. The hot dog deserves to be number one. It's been at the throne of the golf game for quite some time. And again, I myself, not a huge hot dog guy, but let's call a spade a spade. Hot dogs on the golf course is a whole different world. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for yet another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. We are off to the Ryder Cup this week, which is just going to be spectacular. We'll be doing a ton of filming there. Never thought I would find myself in Wisconsin, but we will be there. Whistling Straits for the Ryder Cup. Stoked. A lot of content coming your way. If you want the bonus content, we're going to be putting a lot to the Patreon. Get signed up for the Patreon. You get an extra podcast a week. You get the weekly happy hours, early access to merch, food reviews, whole lot going on the Patreon. Get signed up, folks. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Take care now.